If you're anything like me, your to-do list is longer than Santa's naughty and nice list combined. But don't worry, because I've got you covered. By the end of this video, you'll have all the tools you need to crush your productivity goals with the help of ChatGPT. Let's get started, shall we? If you're someone who loves learning from articles and videos online but can't spare the time to actually read or watch them, then you can use ChatGPT as your personal summarizing assistant. Picture this. You stumble upon a lengthy article that piques your interest, but you don't have enough time. Instead of slogging through the entire thing, simply copy and paste the link into ChatGPT and ask it to summarize it. So here I have an article about time management. Can you see how long it actually is? So instead of going through the whole thing, I'm going to copy the link to the article and then I'm going to give ChatGPT this prompt. Summarize the below article for me in 5 bullet points, and then I'll paste the URL of the article. ChatGPT will give you a concise summary in no time. And hey, I like my summaries like I like my ice cream, in bite-sized chunks, which is why I ask it to give me the summaries in bullet points. This makes it so much more readable and not as boring. I like to go a step further and ask ChatGPT to give me actionable steps based on the article in bullet points. It's that simple. Without actually having to read the long article, I know exactly what to do without breaking a sweat. But hey, why stop there? Let's use ChatGPT to summarize books as well. Simply tell ChatGPT to summarize the book you're interested in, and it will give you the summary in however many sentences you want it in. It can also summarize each chapter of the book for you. I again went one step ahead and asked ChatGPT to give me 5 actionable steps based on the book. But that's not all. If you have a long document to read, simply paste it in ChatGPT and in a few sentences, you'll have the essence of the entire thing. Time and effort saved? Check! Using the summarizing prompt is a brilliant way to get the information you need without spending hours reading or watching. This means you can focus on what's important, whether it's learning a new skill, growing your business, or spending time with loved ones. Let's talk about a common struggle we all face. Writing emails. Whether it's crafting the perfect response or typing out similar emails to follow up with customers, it can be a time-consuming task. In such scenarios, you can ask ChatGPT to generate an email template for various scenarios. Simply describe your target audience and the purpose of the email, and it will conjure up a captivating template for you. If you provide ChatGPT with specific details like the recipient's name or company along with the context, it will generate an email that is more tailored to that situation. We've all been there, right? Stuck in a digital maze, desperately searching for answers, making awkward phone calls or long chats with tech-savvy friends, or going down the rabbit hole of Google searches and trying everything until we find a solution. But using ChatGPT makes this a lot easier. Let's say that I need to remove duplicates from an Excel sheet. So I asked ChatGPT, how do I remove duplicates from an Excel sheet? And it gives me a step-by-step solution. Let me tell you, ChatGPT has literally saved me from hours of frustration more times than I can count. Now if you're getting value out of this video, then make sure to hit the like button so that this video reaches more and more people on YouTube. Learning something new can be overwhelming because sometimes you just don't want to dive into a whirlpool of online resources. So instead of endlessly scrolling through various websites and apps, simply ask ChatGPT about it. Let's say that you want to learn about the Trident method for planning your day. Simply ask ChatGPT this. In one sentence, explain what is the Trident method for planning your day productively. And voila! In just a single sentence, the secrets of the Trident method unfold before your eyes. No more wasted hours sifting through blog posts or scanning countless YouTube videos. Now there's one thing to keep in mind. ChatGPT's knowledge only extends until September 2021, so ChatGPT won't be much of an help if you're yearning for the latest gossip or the hottest trend. If you're like me, you crave a little spice and sass in your interactions. I mean, who wants a robotic AI, right? It just makes everything so boring and I hardly want to learn anything or even read the entire answer. This is why I like to have a full-on persona party with ChatGPT. You can assign it a persona like Cardi B, for example. So here I am telling ChatGPT that from now onwards, it has to answer everything in this chat as Cardi B. Just to make sure ChatGPT was on the same wavelength, I asked if it knew who Cardi B is. And guess what? Now every time I throw a question at ChatGPT, it comes back at me with Cardi B's flair. I asked ChatGPT to explain the observer effect in quantum physics in relation to manifestation. I'm actually working on a video in which I talk about that, but look at how amazing the explanation was. I mean, can you even handle the awesomeness? It's like having Cardi B herself dropping knowledge bombs left and right. No more boring and robotic answers. By the way, I'm curious, which personality would you like to assign to ChatGPT? Let me know in the comments. Well, talking of assigning personas, the next amazing thing that you can do is ask it to give you advice as an expert on the topic. You can even define the style of explanation you want the expert to have. Now you can do this in two ways. One is again assigning it the persona of a well-known expert in the field. For example, you can ask it to answer in the chat as Oprah Winfrey and give you advice about handling life and difficult situations in trying times. And ChatGPT will give you any advice that you want in Oprah Winfrey's style. The other way is to tell it exactly what you want. So I'm telling ChatGPT to act as a productivity coach. I want it to include humor, analogies, and examples to explain everything. I also asked it to make things simple as if explaining them to a teenager. At the end, I asked it to type yes if it understood what it needs to do. Now you can go on and ask ChatGPT any questions about that topic and it will answer your questions in the style you described. I am asking ChatGPT to give me the best productivity tip for a content creator. It gave me detailed advice along with examples and analogies wherever applicable, exactly as I wanted. What's the one thing which is supposed to save you time, takes a lot of time itself? Planning your day. But with ChatGPT, you can save that time and plan your day realistically and according to your preference. Since I already gave ChatGPT the persona of a productivity coach, I am using the same chat and I'm asking it for advice on how to plan my day as a YouTube content creator. I'm also giving it some details about my working style so that it gives me an answer tailored to my needs. It crafted a plan that's not only informative but also filled with captivating analogies and interesting names. The plan is beautifully laid out in a tabular format. Isn't it absolutely amazing? Another amazing way to use ChatGPT is for time management. If you have a task at hand and are unsure of how to break it down into manageable steps or how you actually need to handle the project, then you can use ChatGPT. Let's use me as an example. As a YouTube content creator, it's essential to have a framework in place to streamline the video creation process. So I start by telling ChatGPT a little about my channel and the type of videos I make. Then I ask it to create a checklist for me to follow. It not only created a detailed checklist for me, but categorized each phase and gave tasks under each phase, which is quite close to my own workflow. And do you see the video editing section? From the raw cut to adding text and graphics and even color grading, it covers all the steps you need for a polished video. That's quite impressive. Now I have a ready-made roadmap to every new video. I'm simply copying and pasting this into Notion and I no longer have to worry about forgetting crucial steps or feeling overwhelmed. I can just check off those tasks as I complete them. Ever find yourself spending hours trying to plan your meals for the week? Well, ChatGPT can give you a complete meal plan tailored to your liking. So I start by telling ChatGPT to whip up a 5 days meal plan for me based on Ruchika's teachings. I then go on and provided a few key details like my preference for North Indian food and my waking hours. I asked it to make the meal plan in a tabular format, and honestly, I was so surprised to see the meal plan that it made for me. I was literally expecting it to give me meals like quinoa, smoothies, and hummus, but it actually included meals like khichdi, bagan bharta, besan chila, and bhindi masala. I'm impressed. I then went a step ahead and asked ChatGPT to make a shopping list for the meal plan and categorize it. And that's exactly what it did. The shopping list was not only comprehensive but also neatly categorized into sections like produce, dairy, pantry staples, bakery, and miscellaneous. Just imagine the convenience. I can now copy and paste this entire list into any organization app. My favorite to use is Notion, and I'm all set for a hassle-free trip to the market. I don't need to worry about forgetting something or aimlessly roaming the aisles. In just a few minutes, I have the meal plan for the week and a complete shopping list for it. And the hours that I could have wasted coming up with all this myself, I can utilize it in editing my videos. The thing that we all forget when it comes to productivity and time management is that time is the great equalizer. We all have the same 24 hours in a day, but what separates the productivity maestros from the rest of us is their knack for spending that time wisely. They understand the value of delegating tasks, creating efficient systems, and leveraging technology to their advantage. And so, they never try to do everything themselves. Now, not everyone can afford to hire help or outsource their responsibilities, but you can use technology to carve out precious chunks of time and redirect them towards things that truly matter to you. Maybe you can invest it into increasing your income or chasing your wildest dreams. Now, keep loving, keep dreaming. This is Ruchika Srivastava signing off.